Are you thinking about moving to Houston, Texas? You want to live in a small town with a lot of charms, a lot of history? Today's video, we are going to talk about Tomball. If you are new to this channel, my name is Done. I am a realtor here in this stuff, Texas. In this channel, it is where we take community tours. We talk about the good, the bad, the ugly of what it takes to live in Houston, Texas. If you have not subscribed, subscribe and follow, because I love it when I receive email, text message, and phone call, voicemail from people just like you who's thinking about moving to Houston, Texas, regardless where you are in the moving process. Let's talk history before we start talking about housing, taxes, school. So if you didn't know, I am a sucker for history. I love history. I love researching. When it comes to things about history, I am all for it. And my dog is right here writing. So Tomball originally was named Peck. So because it was the German European, there was this word, what the heck, and they call it peck. So back in, that was in the 1800s, and then in 1906, the town was given to somebody else, which I cannot remember the name, but back in, and then you have Senator Tomball, who helped develop the port of Houston. Come on, Ryder, come on. You wanna come? Come in, come in, come in. Okay, so here's my dog driving me crazy. Say hello, Ryder, say hello. So Ryder was given to me by a client of mine. Yeah. So back, like I said, back in 1907, Mr. Tomball, who helped develop the port of Houston, just so they decided to name Tomball after him. So that's how Tomball become Tomball, because he developed Port of Houston. There was a lot of activity with the oil, the red wool going on, and humble. So where there is money, there is development, and of course, to honor Mr. Tomball, so they named Tomball after him. So let's go ahead, guys, and talk about housing and taxes. But let me put Ryder out. Let's talk about commute in Tomball. So coming from downtown to Houston, we all know Houston is very bad when it comes to traffic, and we have the biggest freeway, but we still bad driving, bad driver. So, but where Tomball is located is very convenient, because you have the State Highway 249 that's currently extended, and you have the Gun Parkway, which is a toll road whose it's been built, it's currently extended. So if you go into, let's say, West Houston, you can take 249 and then Gun Parkway. You will end up in Katy, Sugar Land, Richmond, wherever you want to go. Let's say you decided, you know what, I'm going to Nassau, I'm going to Pearland, or I want to go Southside and going to the beach. You decided you want to go to the beach with your family. It will take you an hour to go to Galveston from Tomball if you take the Gun Parkway, because most of the major Houston freeway is a loop, and the Gun Parkway, the way they are building it, is a loop. And I was in Baytown, which is close to Galveston, and I had a situation in Conroe with my listing where my client was out of town. So I had to leave Baytown to drive, and I thought it was, oh wow, it's gonna take me a couple of hours to get there. And when I look in the map, I did not realize the Gun Parkway was open. So it only took me like 45 minutes, and I was shocked. But it does cost me like $15. But I didn't mind taking the Gun Parkway. But for one way, it costs you about like $15. So if you are working and you're taking the Gun Parkway every day, depends on where you're going to work, so it can be costing. But however, it is convenience for those who don't mind taking the toll road. So let's go ahead and talk about home price. Let's talk about home price in Tomball. Recently, Tomball has gained a lot of growth. When the 2020 census come out, Tomball has a population of 12,361 people living there, and since then Tomball has gained a 2.58% on population. The census hasn't come out yet, but that's what is currently recorded. Since when we're looking at home value, and the market was going so fast at a speed, the county couldn't keep up with it. The average home price in Tomball for a single family starter home used to be in 220s, but now when you're looking at home price, because home has gained so much value, a 20% value. Some property did get a 20% or more on value. When you're looking for a starter home, single family, you'll be looking at around like 280,000. Those homes I'm talking about for that price will be under 1,800 square feet. So if you are in the 200 to 250 price point, it's going to be hard to find a big home for you and your family. But if you don't mind having like a 1,200 square feet, 1,300 square feet, you can find a home on the 250 price point. But with a healthy budget and a 300, 350 price point, you can find a good sizable home. It's good sizable starter home for a family where you be at the 2,000. Even if you want to go up to 2,200, 2,400, you can find a home. With the market change and the new constructions, so I'm sure you guys know, new construction home price point costs a little bit more money than resale home, because when you're looking at new constructions, you're looking at resale, the size of the home, and it's totally different. So if you want a big home, then it's best to go and look at resale. But if you are on the budget, you want the builder to pay. Right now with the market, there is a lot of incentive going on with the builder where you can use that money to pay down the interest rate or pay for your closing costs, however you want to use it. But the square footage compared to a resale home will be different. So let's talk about taxes. Let's talk about taxes in Tomball. So in several videos I've mentioned it. We know Texas, we don't pay state income tax, but our sales tax is pretty high, and property tax in Texas is very high, regardless of where you are. Because Tomball is part of Harris County, you pay more taxes in Harris County compared to other county. Harris County has the highest tax. If you're looking for home in a brand new master plan community in Tomball, your typical tax and property will be in the 3s. But if you're looking at resale home, some of those older homes that's already established, you can find a home with a 2.5 tax on it. But as far as the taxes, is pretty much the same all aboard the Harris County. So you'll find home that are 2.5, and then you find neighborhood where that are in the 3.8, because some of those neighborhoods, which is brand new community, has too much tax. That's the reason why the taxes sometimes is higher. But let's talk about schools, because I know you guys, a lot of you guys, all about school. Most of the school, that is good news. Tomball has one of the best school districts. Let me tell you, most of the school in Tomball, they are 9 out of 10. Yes, 9 out of 10 score according to gradeschool.com. So those schools that are 9 in grade, they are participated in the advanced program. So it depends on what your kids are looking for. If you want your kids to take advanced math, advanced reading, advanced language, because they are getting ready to take the SAT, pre-SAT, FCAT, because I think they started on 8th grade now, where you have to start taking those tests. So you can have your kids taking advanced class. And here's the advantage, guys. I wanted to mention that is the advantage when your kids take advanced class. If your kids are not part of the Vanguard Magnet, but at the school they can take gifted class. The gifted class, if your child is good in reading, your child like to read a lot, ask your teacher, how can I get my child to take advanced? They take those class, they call them masters in some other school. So when they take those classes, when your kids getting ready to finish high school, depends, they can qualify before they finish high school. If your child is good at a certain topic like language, art, reading, language, reading, and math, they can take the advanced class, and you can they can get qualified to take those pre-college classes, where by the time your child graduates high school, they get an associate degree, which will save you money for the next 5 years whenever they go to college, whatever they want to do. So let's talk about amenity in Tomball. So because Tomball is so small, so all your amenity is in the historic old Tomball historic downtown. So if you decided you like going to museum, you like going to art and things like that, there's a lot to do. And as far as treasures and hunting, downtown Tomball is the place. They always, those shop actually in Tomball, they always have some event going on there. And then you have if you are someone who's all into health, you want to go, there's a farmers market in Tomball. You like the water park, there has a Splashtown water park in Tomball, you can go and enjoy. You have the Cypress Creek where you can go canoeing and boating, and you have there's ton of stuff to do. If you decided, you know what, you want to drink a beer, go watch some football, there is a crafting beer a sport bar. You can go and sit down and enjoy and have a good time. Then again, in Tomball, you are so close to the woodlands, then you can drive and enjoy, have a movie night. They do have a movie theater in Tomball. They have a lot of tons of things to do in Tomball. And I just discovered this place recently. It's a backyard sport bar where you sit down, your kids can just go and have a good time, and then you just sit down. There's live music going on, and you just sit down and enjoy, and all the kids and just sit down, have a great time. So anyway, guys, so this is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for staying until at the end of the video. For some reason, today has been a weird day, and I think I'm gonna shut down for today. And if you are someone who's celebrating the feast, so it is the eve of Yom Kippur, which is, if you translate in English, is called Day of Atonement. So I am gonna shut down today because today has been weird. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching. Until next video, I love you guys. Welcome to Houston. Bienvenue à Houston. Until next time, subscribe and follow. Bye bye. Love you.